Hello everybody, in this Herotrev, and I think right now I've actually got the passcode, so let's do this! One more time. Apparently, I gave myself the actual one off screen, and I'm entering it wrong. You have to enter it in order, which is 37, screwed up, 14, 29, and 26. You bait me! Oh my god. Oh wow, that was weird. Game! Why you hate me? Alright. After hours of utter embarrassment, I actually got the code. 35, 14, 27, and 20. Please. Oh no, it's 24. Thank you, for God's sake. Yes, it worked. Good job, Junpei. Thank God I'm finally done that. Excellent work, you seem to have unlocked it. What the? Good work, Junpei. Alright, let's go. I just love how Ace comes in there with that weird look. Stepped out of the captain's quarters into another hallway. The other hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit before turning left like a great backwards L. Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the stairs right away. He ran and ran and ran. At the end of the hallway was a door. He made straight for it. He was nearly at the hallway when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. What was this piece of paper doing in the middle of the hallway? Junpei skipped to a halt. He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper from the floor. Then he had a chance to examine it more closely. It was clear it was a map. More specifically, a map of the ship's interior for Adek. What's wrong? Ace seems slightly sore by virtue of his age, of his advanced age. He finally caught up to Junpei. Junpei said nothing and simply showed Ace what he had found. He looked through it enough and determined what it was, and he nodded. I see. Then he began to run past Junpei. Junpei shoved the map into his pocket, got up and followed Ace, but something stopped him. Hey, where's Clover? He turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen. Damn it, where the hell is she up to? Junpei muttered angrily, his breath, and took off back where he came from. He stopped around the corner and he saw her. She was standing in front of the door, her captain's quarter, her hand on the doorknob. Junpei watched as she closed it gently and quietly. The hell are you doing? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? Her hands occasionally in her pocket on the side, as if she was trying to hide something. The hell is that? What? You got something in your pocket. What is it? Oh, this? It's, this? A note? A note? Yeah, I found it in the pocket of the guy with the captain's clothes. It said something about the darkness of the sinister hands or something. What the hell? Let me see it. But Junpei wasn't gonna get to see it. From the other end of the hall, you could hear his voice. Hey, Junpei, Clover! What are you two doing? Hurry up! Clover shrugged. I'll show it to you later, alright? Come on, we've got to hurry. Or Junpei could protest, she was gone. Around the other corner of the long L-shaped hall, a note. A note. Junpei was curious. There was nothing else that bothered him. Her pockets had bulged far more than just from a note. Junpei did his best not to convince himself that cents later and ran after Clover. Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs. It was as he expected after reading the map. His I see after reading the map meant that Ace probably realized the same thing. Junpei looked around, but Ace was nowhere to be seen. He put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down. There he was. And not just Ace, Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as well. Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time. Junpei! Clover! June's face was excited. Something had happened that much to Junpei could tell by simply looking at her. What's up? Given their situation, he noticed the incline be about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself. We found it. Found what? We found it. What did you find? The last door. We found door 9. What? Come on, follow us. We'll explain on the way. Okay, let's go. Seven turned and jogged off from down the stairs. The rest followed. We finally made it. The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each other felt. Yeah, it's finally time. Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it, or at least not just yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it probably was. He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny the prospect of an escape. It was an exciting one. But there was one thing he couldn't get off his mind. The number of doors that could accommodate between 3 and 5 people. There were 7 of them on their way to the door 9. That means, even the best case scenario, there were 2 of them that who would stay behind. 2 people. He didn't have any solution on the problem yet, but he was desperately hoping that it would present itself. Junpei looked over at the clock. The hands indicated it was 4:30. They had 90 minutes before their time was up. Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up! Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie. Let's go, Junpei! June took down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could. Junpei followed. They piled in the elevator and drove it instantly down to E. It looked familiar. The little grate between the 2 elevators. Seven grabbed hold of it and began to talk. I know I'd have to explain her, but honestly, there ain't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, 4 of us got into the elevator and left on. They took us to the other side of the grate. After that, they headed down another hallway, and it took them to the bow of the ship. Eventually, the number 6 door that Junior and Jupiter found earlier. The 4 of them, they kept going. As usual, they faced the locked doors, but forced by 2 completely different areas to be unlocked. Once they were through that door, there was another hallway that went into another direction, towards the stern. I wonder where you found an elevator. You found the elevator. That's right. In other words, he kind of did a lap, huh? He came from one side to the other, to the side, yes. That settled your big look around. So where's the number 9 door? Over here. Follow me. Soon began walking down the hallway that led towards the stern. Junpei and the others broke to a jog and kept up with them. They'd been walking for a while. June and Silent stepped in Jupiter when she spoke. And it's because of Santa we're all here right now, huh? That all 7 of us are going to door 9. You don't get it? Santa 7 Lotus. What's there to do to the route? 9. It's 9. That's right. They could have just left me behind and kept going, but if they wanted to. But they didn't. Yes. Because Santa wouldn't let them. He said, we can't leave June behind. That's why we went looking for you guys. And then you got on the elevator and went back to the central staircase. That's right. Well, I would have called that. That Santa would be the one to pick sticks up for you, I mean. Junpei felt his eyebrows knit as he considered that. Oh, don't get me wrong. Perhaps June had sensed Junpei's concern. I don't mean 7 and Lotus said they wanted to leave me behind. It was just that they were talking about it and Santa objected to it first. Junpei was about to respond when 7 suddenly stomped. In front of them stood a door. So this... Junpei could see 7's face, but they couldn't see him nod. There's no other place for us to go. Nope. Just look around. At the end of the hallway was a thick iron wall. To the left it was one of the port side and thick metal grates. Though 7 was right, the door in front of them was their only choice. Alright, let's get moving. He pulled the door open and walked in. Junpei took a deep breath and followed. It appeared they had been told they were telling the truth. The first thing Junpei saw when he entered was the number 9. Like all others, it was a rough thing made of red paint. The door decorated sat on the black wall. On the back of the wall, a rectangle. Junpei ran up to it. A large double door with powerful styling. Something about it was almost majestic. It made the red paint look especially garish. Junpei grabbed the handle and shook. It didn't budge, and he didn't really expect it to. The red was bolted on the wall next to the door. The displays read vacant. Finally, they arrived. Junpei felt the flood of emotions wash over him. He felt the chill down his back, and his chest tightened, even the blood began to boil. He was about to speak when... Junpei, look behind you! He turned around. Junpei could scarcely believe what he saw. A door in his mind. There it was. Another one. Hey! What the hell? What the hell is going on here? His words came slowly, and his brain struggled to understand what he'd seen. On his shaky legs, he made his way to the second 9 door. A small door parallel to when they came out corner of the room. 9. There was no mistake. There was no mistaking the number. Any more proof would need it. The red was bolted on the wall near the door. He grabbed the handle and shook the door, not expecting it to open, but because he had to make sure it was real. What the hell? Are there 2 doors? Ace was the first one to speak. Do you think perhaps this is the right door or wrong door? Lowe's was skeptical. I don't know about that. It seems unlikely. What makes you say so? Well, it's about the other rooms we've been through so far. They're full of puzzles and always hints about how to solve them. I'm pretty sure there aren't any rooms where they would just go with their best guess and leave it to the instinct to solve the puzzle. Do you think that at the very end of the game, Zero was going to suddenly throw in something that depended entirely on luck? Then you're saying some sort of hint in this room. No, I don't think there's a hint anywhere here. I searched it very well while I was here before. I didn't find anything that might have been a hint, though. Well, then that means... Yep, both of these are the right door. If you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with an eye on it. The exit is hidden, but it's here. Seek the exit. Seek a door that carries... Seek the door that carries him out. He began to mutter to himself. So if there are two number 9 doors, we split it up, right? That's not gonna work. Junpei blinked and he looked up at Clover. She held out her hand. You've got a notebook and a pen, right? Can I borrow them? Slightly confused, he pulled them out and handed them to her. Look at this. Clover opened the notebook, a blank page, and sat it down on her desk. Everyone gathered around her and watched as she wrote down a series of numbers. You get it? Numbers on the top are all combinations of digital roots with 9. The number of doors on the bottom. Number doors are on the bottom of the people who don't fit. There are only 8 possibilities if we split up into 2 groups, meaning of 3 or 4. So, 3 people go through one door and then 4 are left behind. If 4 go through the 3, 4 go through and then there's 3 left behind, right? Clover nodded. Almost as if she was pleased with herself, solving different math problems. The room went very quiet. Sounds laid across everyone, like a thick, heavy blanket. No one spoke. Their faces were blank. Despite something else that looked at Junpei turned his eyes to the room. Something really hurt. Room around him. As he did, he began to wonder what it was. The walls were covered with candles, waving in flame, shadows of Junpei and his companions, as though they were dancing. 2 rows of wooden pews filled the most of the room. Between them was a strip of rich red paint. The carpet ran straight through the room, ending at the pointed stern of the boat. At the other end was the carpet. An altar? There was a recessed space set all 2 other doors. Sitting on the raised section of the altar was a coffin. A coffin. A coffin. A coffin! No, it couldn't be. Could it be possible? But if it wasn't, then whose body was occupying it? That was as far as Junpei wanted to pursue the line of thought. He decided not to think about the coffin for the time being. At that moment, Seven spoke. There was an edge of humor in his voice, but it was forced. Okay, I give up. I figured if we sat around here long enough, someone would volunteer, but I'm guessing nobody's got the guts to do it. Junpei didn't understand what he was saying. The only one saying, what? You guys didn't figure it out yet? Fine, let me enlighten you. Clover was the most right with her little explanation earlier, but she missed something. She wasn't really wrong, she just... screw it, let me just write it out. Seven snatched the notebook and began to write in it. Everyone else clustered around him, despite desperate for a look. If you're trying to leave groups of 3 and 3 and 4, get out. No one else was Clover's right. But there's another way. The only combination, though, it splits us up into 2 groups of 3 and 3. What if you can make the combination? Wait, this means... Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to copy Ace or something like that. And if it had been a hero back then, big hospital room, I'd still be saying the same thing. Same thing? Are you saying... Yeah, I am. I'd rather stay... I'll stay behind. Why are you acting so heroic all of a sudden? Are you some kind of idiot? Lotus was the first to speak. That in itself was a little strange. She reacted much differently than Ace volunteered. I'm completely against this. I'll be goddamned if I'm going to have to owe you for getting out of here. Reyes began to speak all at once. I'm against this too. I didn't want to leave Ace behind, and I don't want to leave you either. I don't like that idea. There's gotta be another option. I disagree as well. I can't say I care much for being a hero. Whoops, hit the button. Finally, they quiet down and Junpei looked at 7. Well, there you go, 7. Proposal denied. Clover's right, there's gotta be a better way than this. 7 made some noises somewhere between a deserving snort and a cough. Doesn't make any sense. He was doing the best to pretend they were foolish. There was a foolish discussion, but Junpei see the twinkle of water in the corner of 7's eyes. That's when Santa spoke. Wait, hold on a minute. I haven't said anything yet. Until then, Junpei hadn't realized that Santa had stayed quiet the whole time, discussing 7's fate. Something in his voice made Junpei uncomfortable. Are you agreeing? You want to leave him here? Santa shook his head. Nah, I'm against it. I don't want to leave 7 here alone. Then I don't see the matters. I said alone. Eh? I said I don't want to leave 7 alone. There was a dull shine in Santa's eyes. They were cold and hard. Junpei felt himself shiver. What the hell are you? What, don't you get it? I can't just leave one person. I need 2 more. 3 people including 7. I'll be leaving 3 people behind. That's my proposal. No, those are my orders. What do you mean orders? What the hell makes you think you can order us around? Who the hell's gonna listen to you? You all will. In 3 seconds you won't have a choice. What? 3, 2, 1. Santa was so fast Junpei could barely see him. He moved, almost watching his dance. His feet moved like lightning. He spun around and... Ah! He had June. See? I told you. His lip curled in cruel mocking smile. A shudder traveled through the length of Junpei. His chest froze and he could feel his breath stale in his lungs. Nothing made sense. Junpei could feel his head about to explode. Santa suddenly changed in attitude, saying that he needed 2 more. A gun! His right hand, a revolver? Santa had grabbed June from behind and pressed what Junpei's shaken brain identified as a revolver roughly against her temple. What was he doing with a gun? Where on earth did Santa possibly find a gun? Junpei's questions roared in his mind, but his mouth refused to ask them. 7 spoke, almost as if it thought Junpei sense of confusion. The gun from the other room. What room? The room behind the door 6. I should have known he was gonna do this. I should have taken the gun. Too late now, fast. Damn it! A mixture of fury and frustration twisted 7's face. He glared at Santa. Santa, for his part, didn't do much as in a flinch. The corner of his lip twitched a slightly well-during smile. Then the smile faded and began to move. He walked backwards, dragging June with him. Before long, his back was resting against the door. And on the next to him was the red. He put his hand on the scanner panel and quickly focused June to do the same. Forced June. Now, time for you to start following my orders. Ace Lotus, congratulations! I've chosen you to come with me. Put your hands on the red. Hey, you deaf? I gave you an order. Then his eyes narrowed to slit as he glared at Ace and Lotus. They stayed frozen, like a deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car. Right, fine. I don't want to waste any bullets, but you guys don't get it. No sooner than word Santa's mouth twitched. The gun roared. A section of the floor exploded, scattering wooden splinters across the floor. A thin plume of smoke smacked down the hole in the floor. The could be no doubt that the doubt was real and worked. But why? Santa, why are you... Chloe's voice began to shake in disbelief, and betraying disbelief. Santa, I thought you were the one of us. I thought we were friends. What? You know about the leaf words in the forward cover. Santa's cheek twitched almost impersonally. What the hell is this? I've got no idea. You're lying. Shut up. Just shut up, you stupid... You want me to put a bullet in your head? Flex's spit flew from Santa's mouth as his face twisted with rage. Clover recoiled her eyes wide. When she spoke, her voice was very small. Santa. He snorted and then shook his head vigorously and then turned to face Lotus. Alright, a-holes. What are you still standing there for? Get over here and scan those bracelets. I don't got all day. Oh, what's the matter? Your hearing's starting to go a little senile, maybe? Asa noticed it, but it almost seems like they couldn't move. June's face was pale behind Santa's arm. Her eyes were wild, her chest heavy with every breath, clicking and breathing like animals cornered in a predator. Cupid's mind worked furiously. What were they going to do? Then he realized something. There was nothing he needed to do. There was nothing to debate. Junpei safely was the first priority. That much was obvious. Doing as Santa commanded, and she would be safe from these two threats. She wouldn't be shot, and she would leave the ship alive with Santa, Ace, and Lotus. There was only one thing Junpei could do. He turned to Ace and Lotus. Please, go. Huh? But, Junpei, what are you saying? If you stay here, you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna be stuck, Junpei. Until we'll Clover in 7. I know. But you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out. Right, 7? Right. Just leave this to us. It's gonna piss me off and do what Santa says, but don't worry about me either. There's still something that I have to take care of. But, no. You can't. Ace, Lotus, don't do it. Don't worry about me, please. June was almost crying. Junpei walked behind Ace and Lotus. Without a word, he laid his hand on each of their backs and gently pushed them forward. They almost stumbled right themselves, and so they took another step and another. They turned around and Junpei and nodded. Ace and Lotus turned and then walked slowly towards the door Santa was waiting for them. After what seemed like an eternity, they stopped in front of the door marked 9. Santa smiled. Right, now let's get those hands on that scatter pal. What's the holdup? What do you think I'm f***ing around here? I don't give a about this girl. The red doesn't need a person, you know? All they need is the bracelet. You got it? Now put your hands on the scatter panel. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not gonna say it again. He shoved the revolver harder against June's head, and she winced. Fine. Ace sighed in defeat and placed his hand on the scanner panel. Lotus went next. Lotus glared at Santa and slammed her hand against the panel. Fourth asterisk blinked on. Good job! Now Lotus pulled the lever. Is that door open? Here, this is in there. Try anything stupid and you know what happens, right? Junpei could almost hear Lotus' teeth grind. The door slid open. The door number 9 opened at last. It opened with a low, powerful rumble, and a drum roll to welcome the chosen few. Alright, go! Lotus and Ace walked through the door, their eyes furious but defeated. Santa waited until they were all the way inside and then hauled himself and June across the threshold as well. 6, 7, 8. Later. After exactly 9 seconds, the door swung shut. The gust of air caused the candles on the altar to flicker and die. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind. Clover looked down at her hands and then traced her fingers. The faint blue veins crisscrossed them. Seven shoved his arm in front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive. I'm going to end the part right here. An interesting turn of events, but I will see you all next time on Let's Play 999. Stop! Stop the video! Okay, so the ending is the next part of the video, but the video is only 10 minutes long, and I don't exactly want that to, like, be the ending to it. So, here is the ending of my Let's Play for 999 that I got. Alright, welcome to what I believe is the last of this game. So let's get started. Yeah. Despite anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger 2 of the 9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. It read engaged. He moved to the smaller door. The red read vacant. The digital route remaining was people with 7. There was no possibility for them to open the door with the 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door. He thought about June, about Akane Kurashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. She was alive. She had escaped the horrible boat. That was what Junpei prayed for. Seven came up next to him. He pulled off his hat and scratched his head inside. So what are we gonna do? What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do? Seven opened his mouth in response when a noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. It wasn't a machine, it wasn't certainly human. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. What the hell was that? Shh, quiet. Clover motioned toward Seven to be quiet. She put a finger over her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. The 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from. Where? Where was it coming from? Could it be... Yep, I think it's coming from the coffin. You're right. Let's open it. But how? What are those muscles for? Show? What are those muscles for? For show? You told me to force it open? Just shut up and try. Junpei and Seven grabbed hold of the coffin. They tried to get a good grip, and the little purchase, they could feel them pull with all their strings. Damn it. Man, it won't even budge. There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. It was would not be difficult to determine. Their eyes almost immediately drawn to it. Not another one. Yeah, it looks like it. Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open? I think so. The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder. They had no idea who was in the coffin, but they wanted it. But they wanted out. Or they wanted out now. They had no idea what they were supposed to do. Without the passcode, it didn't seem like there was a lot they could do. They couldn't even tell how the number passcode was needed. Is there a hint somewhere? Well, look for one. Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran, examining the pews and Seven examining the desk, and turned up nothing. The sound had stopped. The noise belongs to the room. What was the passcode? What was Junpei supposed to do? How was he supposed to figure it out? He needed something. be continued. What? 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 Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Now it's the time. Let our games begin. You have reached one of the endings. This game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to save now. Once you've saved, you can restart the game while information you've acquired in this playthrough is saved. Once you begin the game, you can skip through the text you've already seen. Simply press the right on the control pad to speed through the lines you've already read. Once you've reached the lines, you receive a new choice. You will automatically stop. Memories of Escape has been added to the title screen. Memories of Escape allows you to play the stage you've completed. It's recommended that you save after you unlock Memories of Escape. Is that it? What? Alright. Well, I already said I was only gonna do one playthrough of this. Even though as much as I'd love to show you the true ending, I promised one playthrough, blind let's play, and that was it. But, who knows, maybe I'll revisit this. I honestly had a really good time enjoying this game. It was a lot of fun. You know, there was a lot of really good parts to it. It was good. Apparently, I got the second bad ending. Well, maybe I'll come back to this with a good ending, maybe I won't. I'll honestly have to think about it. Till then, I guess I'll see you all on my next Let's Play. I really don't even know what to say. I really want to do the ending. I really don't want this Let's Play to end here. You know what? If it's time, I'll revisit this at one point, but for now, what's this Memories of the Escape? Oh, it's all the places we've been to. Oh. There was a lot of stuff we missed. The door 3, 6, 2... Well, that's about all we've got. And I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do, so this is where I'll have to end it. I'm sorry if it's a little disappointing, but this is really the only thing I could think of. What's this preview thing? Fortunately, that's the So apparently, I got preview B. Yeah, that's about all I can say right now. This has been Herotrev, and I will see you all next time on definitely not this. This I'm gonna have to come back to. This I'm gonna have to study exactly like Ted did. If you guys have any speculations of, oh, am I going to do the sequel of the series, which is coming out for the 3DS, I can already guarantee you I am doing that. Because, you know, I really enjoyed the series and I really want to continue the series. That one, though, is going to have a little bit of a twist. I will be trying to get the true ending on that one. Till then, I'm going to have to call it quits here.